Okay, here we go. Okay. So I was talking to my dad, and he said to start telling stories. So lately I've been working at my new firm. I'm a defense attorney. And been handling all these cases that are just so much more intense than I'm used to. So this family was on the freeway in LA, and it's a rainy night. The guy and his girlfriend are in the car. They end up crashing, and the car catches fire. So the girlfriend thinks the car is catching fire, but the car is not catching fire. Here's a whip trail. Instead, the car is just smoking. And so this girl decides that, oh no, she needs to run out of the car. And like I said, it's a rainy night on the freeway. Turns out it's on an area of the freeway that's under heavy construction. And so not only does their car crash, the 5 other cars crash with them into this little turn, kind of like this here. And they just pile on top of each other. And well, the girlfriend's gotten out of the car at this point, and all the cars are coming to a stop, and the boyfriend starts yelling, "Where's my girlfriend?" Turns out that this guy didn't realize that in the whole collision of his car, his rear end smashed the girlfriend to pieces. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't get out of your car when you're in a car crash. I know that's something that everybody's parents tell them, but you don't think about it until it happens to somebody else. And I'm here to tell you that it's happened to a few other people. But it's just another car accident. And like I say, I defend them now, so I don't represent injured people at the moment. Maybe one day. I think it would be nice to get back into it, do something good for people, because sometimes I gotta go home at night and I don't really feel like I'm helping anybody. But would I recommend law school? Yeah, I think if you're into it, you gotta be into it though. You can't just be like, I don't know what to do with the rest of my life. Like, if you're at that point, like I kind of was when I went to college, you kind of just got to take an unpaid internship, feel it out, try and get some course credit out of it, or try and get an internship of any kind, and then see what happens. Because, you know, if you just go to law school to go to law school, I'll tell you right now, you're going to be pretty bummed out. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I think if you go to like a Harvard, Stanford, Yale, you can do a lot with that degree without actually being a lawyer. If you go to a lower level school like I did, it becomes a little trickier to get into those jobs, but it isn't impossible. By no means is it impossible. I have a good job at a defense firm. I went to Western State College of Law in Irvine, and I'm doing okay, I'd say. I'm where I kind of wanted to be. I think what helped me get through it was I set goals. The thing as a history major is you learn about a lot of different things and how to be successful from people over time. and I gotta make sure he was on. And one of them is Stalin had a 5-year plan for the Russian military, so or for Russia as a whole. And every 5 years that plan changed. And that's kind of what you gotta do. That allows you to be flexible, but you know, at the end of the day, you have an ultimate goal. Gotta get that done. So anyway, I guess my short story is, even if you don't want to know what you want to do, if you don't know what you want to do, just at least know you don't want to get out of the car on a rainy night. Oh. Ah. Here we go. Wow, that's where I broke a rib. Oh. We're floating now. Let's go hard. Ah. Maybe too hard. Might be too hard. Whoa, that berm's gone. Ah. All these berms are gone. What'd the dog do? Oh, rats. Gotta get that luge ready. Slalom race coming up. Whoa. That berm's blown. Ah. I'm at the trails above my home today. Moved to La Costa a while ago. Not too long. In March of 2021. It's been a lot of fun. Today I surfed and mountain biked. The trails are literally right behind my house, which is great for someone like me who considers themselves an amateur at best to get out and get some practice on. All I do all day is sit, so it's nice to stay in shape. I've actually got my first race coming up in October. I'll be at Sea Otter in Monterey, kind of outside Monterey. But I'm doing the beginner slalom. I always thought slalom was cool. Even going back to skiing days. I like that you're head to head, not so much time trial. But should be fun. I'm out here trying to get some looseness in my bones so I can be ready for it. That's why I did whiptail today. Whiptail is kind of a crazy little short one. And I say short even though this run feels like forever, because the other runs here feel like way longer. They're fun. Dirt's Lake Sedona, if you ever make it down this way, it's kind of a weird area because you really have to have the purpose of coming to ride. There's nothing else really here. Like La Costa doesn't have that much. It's like saying you're gonna go to Laguna Beach to go mountain biking. Most people think you're crazy because where are you gonna mountain bike on the beach? Well, Laguna's got some of the best trails, and that's pretty much what La Costa has. Encinitas and all the great surf beaches are right down the street. Go right up the road in the hills. There's some great mountain bike country. A little bit punchy, a little rocky, good challenge. Good to mix it up every now and then. See what the rest of the world has. But yeah, it's a lot rocky, a lot like Sedona. I got another case I was working on and doing the discovery on, and I had to call some clients today. So if you ever get a call from your attorney and they say they need to go over documents with you, number one, try to remember you have an attorney. And number two, ask your attorney for a copy. They're just questions. There's nothing really to worry about. Everybody's entitled to their questions. But just, you know, when your defense attorney calls you, try and remember, number one, you have a defense attorney. And number two, you were in a car accident. I had both those conversations today. Hello, I'm your defense attorney. You were in a car accident. Unless you had a concussion, then obviously you're not going to remember. Anyway, that's the end for today. Thanks for listening to my rant. Next time we'll probably do the same trail because we're training. So until then, good night, world. See you next time. New line down loose chutes. Real soft. Real soft. I was supposed to do the loose today, but decided against it. I'm a little too busy. Family parties and whatnot. Hey. Oh shit. Oh, that's soft. They always do trail construction here in the driest times. I do not understand. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but if it's gonna get blown out in a week, why not just wait till it rains? That's when you work on dirt. Work on dirt when it's wet. As a person who used to work on dirt, oh, I'm out of it today. We did 3 runs. That's a long way up here. A lot of climbing. And we took out all the rhythm sections. See you next time.